From KTTC, your weather authority, this is KTTC News at 5.
Good afternoon. You are watching KTTC News at 5 on a Saturday, and we are dealing with the aftermath of storm damage. You could see some hail there. Storms ripped through southeastern Minnesota and northern Iowa earlier today, knocking down trees and pouring rain in spots as well. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Cammie Raisler alongside Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen. And Nick, it's really been a day full of storms.
Yeah, it has. We've had showers and thunderstorms all across the area. We even had a tornado warning today in Olmsted County. We are monitoring the storms ahead, but we're also taking a look at the damage from earlier here. We have meteorologist Sarah Gannon. She's out assessing the damage. Darian Letty is on the ground as well. We will check in with them shortly. First, though, here tonight, we want to make sure that we're going to be dry for the next at least couple hours. First, though, we'll take a look at a couple viewer photos. And thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today and were nice enough to send us viewer photos. This one from Southwest Rochester, and notice we did clock wind speeds at the Mayo helipad downtown at 66 miles per hour. So we had strong wind gusts. So with that MCS that moved through today, and that's a very large tree that is uprooted. This one from Travis and Stockton, just take a look at that lightning. Cloud to ground lightning is what we had this afternoon. Now, time lapse here. Watch as we have this shelf cloud. I'll step out of the way. Shelf cloud starts to move through right about 1:15, and then just watch the wall of rain start to take place. So we had about 1.6 inches of rain here on the northwest side of town at our studio, and I've seen some reports close to 2 to even 2.25 in some areas. We are dry currently here in Rochester. All the showers and thunderstorms now into Wisconsin. We are still tracking the chance for that second round. The past 2 days, we've kind of been hinting at, well, maybe there's the chance for 2 rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Right now, we're dry, and we are quiet, but we will be watching this area west of I-35 for the potential for some more redevelopment. This is along this boundary. This stationary boundary continues to sit right across southeast Minnesota and northeast Iowa. Cold front will eventually move through, which could spark some of those showers and thunderstorms later. Temperatures are at 68. Notice our dew points. If we start to warm temperatures the next couple of hours and our dew points are still in the mid-60s, that will be our chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Now, I do think the main threat here tonight, through at least the late evening hours after sunset, will come in the terms of rainfall. Maybe the chance for some flash flooding because, Cammie, we've already had 2 to maybe 3 inches of rainfall in some areas. So the ground's already wet, and then those showers and thunderstorms move in after 8 o'clock here tonight. Okay, and we do have a lot of damage in the Rochester area. Something very strange that happened here at KTTC. We had to take cover during your live weather report. Cammie, you and we've been in television for quite some time, right? 8, 9 years. Have you ever taken shelter at work?
Never.
I've never taken shelter during tornado coverage. It was a little personal for me too because my wife had to take shelter, so I had to make sure my wife was okay, but also make sure everyone here was okay. We were doing what we preach. We were practicing what we preach, right? We always say take shelter. When we have those warnings, you head to your safe place. That's what we did. We tried to leave the warning up. I continued coverage from the bathroom using our Weather Authority mobile app. So we haven't had any reports of any injuries. So, and that's what we always want to see after these events. Yeah, there was a point we have interior rooms here at KTTC, and Sarah Gannon and I were in one room, and then a bunch of the men were in the bathroom. We were in the bathroom, yeah. And Nick's like, this rotation, we're seeing more and more of it. And I was like, oh my goodness. But thankfully, yes, no reports. We heard the sirens. The sirens went off. Yep, so that was good news as well. It was, and I think I said it on air too. It was very eerie. I think that's the first time I've been on air too, where I can hear the sirens going off outside. And it's just kind of an eerie feeling. But hey, we have some teams around here tonight checking on damage. We do. The cleanup begins here in Rochester. A lot of trees down in the area, and we begin now with Darian Letty, who is live in Rochester. Yeah, and she's with our weekend sports anchor, Julian Mitchell. Now, Darian, you're joining us from Rochester. What are you seeing currently?
Yeah, Cammie and Nick, Julian and I, once we got the go-ahead from Nick and it was safe to do so, we've been driving around Rochester checking out some of the damages. Now, there are several trees down along with some branches that are on the ground, lots of leaves. We're outside a home who had their tree knocked down, as you can see here. It happened around 1:30 this afternoon. We spoke to the homeowner, Kaylee, who said she was sheltering in place when she heard a weird noise, and the tree toppled down onto the street, blocking off a complete lane in the road. When we arrived, neighbors were helping out with cleanup, with rakes, all there to, show that community support during these storms.
I was just getting ready to head to the basement when I heard the tornado sirens. Just a little bit before that, I looked out the window because I had heard a weird noise, and I saw a white car just driving past what looked like the tree had just fallen, but half of his car was all smashed in on the side of his tree, or on the side of his car. So I thought, uh-oh, the tree must have fallen on part of his car. And then I headed to the basement.
Yeah, and as Kaylee just mentioned, when somebody was driving by, actually, when the tree went down and it hit the front of their car, kind of damaging their front bumper there. Now, we are surveying all of Rochester, all of our area for storm damage. So if you have a tree that's down, the city recommends to reach out to City Forestry to let them know that there's a tree down on your property, and they will come and check that out.
Okay, and Darian, you spoke with some of those people gathering around, taking a look at some of the damage, and you messaged us back when we were doing our live coverage. You mentioned that they really didn't know their neighbors, but now they're all pitching in to help out, right?
Yeah, I spoke to a few of them. Some of them have lived here for years and haven't even talked to their neighbors. But today, everybody came out to help. People showed up with rakes. People showed up willing to help out with cleanup, helping out Kaylee, helping out the rest of the neighborhood. Now, these storms, they're devastating and they can cause a lot of damage, but they can bring communities together, which is a really great part. And live in Rochester, Darian Letty.
KTTC News, yeah. We're in a three-shot there, Darian. Thank you so much. She has been working hard all day long. She was covering other stories, and now she's covering storm damage.
Covering weather. And Julian, not covering sports tonight. Right. He's helping along with that, too. And I will say, I think she said something really important there, because we saw that in Teope, April 12th. We saw that December 15th for Rudd. These communities coming together. Rochester coming together. Now, we do have meteorologist Sarah Gannon. She's out live joining us tonight, too.
Yeah, Sarah, you're in Rochester. Where are you at right now?
Yeah, hey, Nick and Cammie. I am at St. Mary's Park, which, for folks who may not know, is just about a block up from St. Mary's Hospital here in southwest Rochester. So the park here, I've got a big tree down behind me. So all throughout parts of southwest Rochester and along the Plummer building or Plummer house, there's a lot of trees down, a lot of leaves and small branches kind of littering the streets. But here specifically in the park, the large tree just kind of snapped in the middle. This large tree down looks like to be an oak, I believe. But there's several little spots that have quite a few trees down in this park. So I'm not quite sure who is responsible for cleaning this up, but it certainly is a bit of a mess here in the park. So we've got some small branches, some lots of leaves down in the little path to get into the park, and just kind of driving around on some of the side streets around the park, a lot of small branches and leaves just kind of littering the street. So this certainly a big tree behind me. There's a few other large branches that are down. We also made a stop onto North Broadway, that spot where the city recently redid. They recently got some trees planted. They may be small, but a lot of those were uprooted and just kind of tipped over. So a bit of a mess there towards North Broadway. But here at St. Mary's Park, some large branches down because of this storm. So we're going to continue to check around some other spots here in Rochester and just kind of check out the damage and see how the community is coming together to get these trees and this mess cleaned up. So I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio for now. Reporting live in Rochester, Sarah Gannon, KTTC News.
All right, thanks, Sarah. And yeah, our teams will continue to be out here tonight. And like I said, we are looking at another chance for some showers and thunderstorms later tonight. That's probably after about 8 o'clock. So coming up in your full forecast, we'll kind of walk through, recap what we had today, and then look forward to maybe some more rain, maybe some more strong winds, some hail coming up later tonight.
Yeah. All right, Nick. Thank you so much. Let's move on to some other news now. We're learning more about a family killed at an Iowa State park. Today, we're learning one child actually survived this terrible shooting. 42-year-olds Tyler and Sarah Schmidt and their 6-year-old daughter Lulu died, but their 9-year-old son survived the attack. His name is Arlo. The family was found at Makokata Caves State Park campground yesterday morning. The campground is east of Cedar Rapids, midway between Dubuque and Davenport, Iowa. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office and the DCI responded to the campground for the report of a triple homicide. When they arrived, they found out a camper was unaccounted for, later linked to 23-year-old Anthony Sherwin. After searching the area, Sherwin was found dead west of the park. Police say he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. As of now, there is no known connection between the victims and the attacker. A Cannon Falls police investigation has found a stabbing claim to not be true. They are now alerting the community of this false report. A woman claims she had been stabbed in a cemetery last night in Cannon Falls. Police responded to the 911 call at that cemetery and provided emergency care for this victim, this alleged victim. They then began a search for suspects. During the investigation, the woman who reported being stabbed admitted to making the false report, stating she was having a mental health issue. The Cannon Falls Police Department reminds anyone dealing with mental health issues to contact the National Mental Health Hotline. And that number is now very simple. All you have to do is dial 988. A Janesville family is remembering the life of an 8-year-old girl who drowned in the Minnesota River earlier this week. The Blue Earth County Sheriff's Office says 8-year-old Willow Benz, her body was found yesterday morning on a sandbar there in Mankato. A vigil was held for her last night. She went missing Thursday night while swimming in the river. Benz was swimming with her family on the backside of Sibley Park in Mankato when she began to struggle. A bystander was able to save her sibling. She was able to save her sibling, but unable to get to Willow. An autopsy is being conducted by the Ramsey County Medical Examiner's Office. The community of Lake City took a trip back in time today for its 150th celebration. Today at the Lake City Sportsman's Club, city organizers put together a recreation of the Camp Lakeview encampment. The land the club is on actually used to be a National Guard camp from the 1800s to 1931. Today, community members could check out an artillery demonstration that you saw earlier there, a blacksmith, a fortune teller, and pictures of the original camp. Since November of last year, the community has been celebrating this 150th celebration.
I'm hoping it brings history back into the limelight and that people realize what Lake City's history has been. We've tried to spearhead that. Be getting some of the other groups in Lake City to take on some of these activities next year and continue them, because there have been so many people that said, this has been so fun.
And although the celebration was cut short due to the weather, the celebration is back on tonight with some live music from the band, the Pale Ales. They are a bluegrass band, and they'll be playing at 7 o'clock at the Sportsman's Club. Well, we continue to track storms in our forecast. Our weather team has been working hard today, and looking at some of the storm damage from earlier today, we'll do so. Weddings were called off because of the weather today, at least some. I don't know what this video is. We'll be back with more weather in just a bit.
Miss part of our newscast? View It has you covered. Just go to KTTC.com and click On Demand. No matter where you find your news, KTTC is here for you.
First Alliance Credit Union has been voted the KTTC Best Financial Institution for the 6th year in a row. We'd like to thank our loyal members for voting us #1.
Thank you from First Alliance Credit Union. All for one.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Still today, we are a family restaurant. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. It's a place where our love of fresh food is as strong as our love for each other. It's a feeling of welcome you'll notice the moment you stop by. Because where we come from has made us who we are, and for that, we couldn't be more proud. Welcome to Delicious.
The new GMC Sierra. Premium and capable. That's professional grade. New GMC vehicles arriving weekly at your local dealers. We are professional grade. GMC.
My dad was in a car accident that put him in a wheelchair. He's pushed through every obstacle in his life, and he's shown me that I can do the same.
This 19-year-old rookie, she is fearless.
This is one of those auditions I'll never forget.
Jeff Ettinger led Hormel Foods, one of Minnesota's great companies.
He still gives back to the Austin community,
leading a foundation that helps young people learn new skills and find new jobs in southern Minnesota.
Keeping families here, especially in tough times.
We know people feel squeezed.
I'm Jeff Ettinger. My business was making food affordable, so I know how to fight inflation. In Congress, I'll work to rebuild supply chains and grow local manufacturing. That's why I approve this message.
Want one more reason to book it with Choice Hotels? Stay twice and earn a $50 gift card. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
At VA, veterans of color can find resources to support them on their mental health journey. Learn more and connect with VA Care at mentalhealth.va.gov.
Mario Lopez hosts the Celebration of Service to America Awards.
Welcome back. So if you haven't noticed by now, we have a 5 o'clock newscast on Saturdays.
We really do, yeah.
It's something new here, and something else that is new is we have First Alert Days, and today was a First Alert Day.
Yes, so this was kind of our first Alert Day.
A big one.
A big one, where it wasn't heat or it wasn't cold weather or anything like that. It was severe weather. And we were putting in this protocol because we want to keep everyone safe. We want to make sure that we alert you before these type of events, just like April 12th, just like December 15th with the derecho last December. We want to make sure everyone stays safe, and so far, everyone stayed safe tonight. Now, we do have another person out. We have our meteorologist, Sawyer McElroy. She's out. Cammie, she is at Soldiers Field.
Yeah, she's at the golf course there. Some trees down in Soldiers Field. You know, Nick, I can't remember, was it in June, end of June, when we had that other weather event where some trees got knocked over right by Soldiers Field?
Right by Soldiers
Here
Field.
We are. Again,
same place.
We had severe summer weather, and that's what happened.
And that's another very large tree impacted by those showers and thunderstorms that rolled through here. And we're not done just quite yet with the showers and thunderstorms. All right, let's take a look. We have a time lapse here. Shelf cloud that moved through. And when we have these long line of showers and thunderstorms and we have strong winds, normally a shelf cloud is associated with them. That's kind of the scary looking thing that comes way down, is the shelf cloud. Watch it here, moving across our time lapse here, our Lucinato camera from this afternoon. That shelf cloud moved through, and then back behind it, the really heavy rainfall. And we had close to around 1.5 inches to even close to around 1.6 inches of rainfall here at the studio. Now, as we look at future track radar, all the showers and thunderstorms, everything's quiet for the time being. So if you want to do anything outside, you want to clean up some of the branches, the sticks that have fallen here, maybe you lost your trampoline, anything like that, now is the time to do that, because I do expect more showers and thunderstorms to develop along and to the south of I-90 here tonight along this frontal boundary. Eventually a cold front will move through, and that will help provide the lift in the atmosphere for some more storms. It's still kind of up in the air, still questionable if those storms will be strong tonight. I think they'll be rain producers, so I think flash flooding could be an issue right along this boundary, and it's setting up I-90 into the south. That's where we've already had some ample rainfall from this afternoon. So this center of low continues to move to the east here, and along that is that cold front. So we'll see the chance for some showers and thunderstorms. And notice, a lot of times when we have thunderstorms move through, right, we then have drier air settle in behind that front. Well, that's not happening currently. It is still muggy outside. We still have dew points upper 70s in northeast Iowa. Charles City, Mason City, those aren't temperatures. Those are our dew points. So I think if we start to look at the moisture content in the atmosphere, I would want to highlight this area, Albert Lee, Austin, Mason City, Charles City, right along the highway there, stretching from Mason City, Charles City to Decorah. I think that could be the prime spot for maybe some thunderstorm activity coming up later on tonight. So heavy downpours will be likely. We're going to keep that first alert day in place here through the evening because I think heavy downpours are possible, or at least likely tonight. Large hail and strong winds will be possible with some of these thunderstorms. Tornadoes right now, that threat level looks to be pretty low, I think, with this second round of thunderstorms. I talked about the potential for some flash flooding. Well, notice areas right along I-90, which I think just south of I-90 could have some rainfall. And maybe another inch to maybe inch and a half here tonight. Those areas have already in yellow anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2 inches. The good news is most of northern Iowa missed out on a lot of that rainfall, so the ground's not super saturated. Notice estimated rainfall amounts closer to about that 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. And that's good news. So hopefully the second round of thunderstorms, if they're rain producers, they impact areas that haven't had that rainfall today. Future track here tonight. Here comes that second round, and this is late. This is at 9 to 10 o'clock here tonight. Right along I-35, I talked about those areas that still have that rich moisture content. Albert Lee, Austin, Mason City, and Charles City. Notice everything forming right along I-90 and to the south. Wabasha, Goodhue, maybe even Dodge, Steele, Rice counties might end up staying dry coming up the rest of the night. Thunderstorms are completely out of the area by 2 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow, we settle in with some really comfortable temperatures. Low humidity. Temps will stay in the 70s. Rainfall amounts the rest of the night. This is looking ahead here tonight. Could easily pick up another 1/4 to even 1.5 inches for areas right along I-90. So we're looking at Freeborn, Mower, into Fillmore, and then Houston, Winona counties, that potential for some rainfall here tonight. Outside right now, Lewiston Auto live camera temperatures are at 68. You even see some sunshine. I'd rather not have sunshine because that's going to warm our temperatures up, which then will increase that instability in the atmosphere for thunderstorm growth. Tonight, 64 for the overnight low. Showers and thunderstorms are likely before 2 o'clock here tonight, and so it's not over just quite yet for the evening. 7-day forecast. We do have nice temperatures coming up on Sunday. 78 for that high tomorrow. Lower 70s then likely most of next week, so pretty seasonal. Another chance for showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. So Cammie, again, normally when we have severe weather, it's one round, right? We're done after one, then we're able to kind of settle down the rest of the night. Not tonight, looking like another chance for some thunderstorms later on.
Yeah, so if you're cleaning up, be aware of the forecast.
Yes.
All right, Nick, thank you. We'll have more storm coverage when we come back.
KTTC weather sponsored by Spectrum.
When the time comes to remodel your bathroom, I hear the question all the time, where do I start? Well, at Luxury Bathroom Modeling, we have a process that makes it easy. Whether the project is large or small, we can do it all. Your local bathroom remodeling specialist, Luxury Bathroom Modeling. It's what we do.
My name is Michael Johnson, the funeral director at Rochester Cremation Services. We handle all the details so you can relive the memories.
Live cameras.
Lewiston Auto live cameras have you covered with live looks at Lake City, Signal Hill, Assisi Heights, downtown Rochester, Austin, and Grand Meadow. Check out our customer reviews at lewistonauto.com. You'll be glad you're driving a Lewiston Auto.
Lash Sensational Sky High from Maybelline, New York. Limitless length plus volume. Flex brush. Over 10 million sold. And try Sky High Cosmic Black. Intense black pigments. Only from Maybelline, New York.
Hi, Roger here from Rogers Tree Service. We'd like to thank our customers for another great year. It's going to be a commercial, but I'd like to play for you a song by my son, Marshall Ingholm.
Your eyes are so beautiful. Even though the colors seem to change, your smile lights up.
I'd like to invite you to visit our website at www.rogerstreeservice.net to hear the rest of this song, some other songs, and to learn more about Rogers Tree Service. We also process and sell mulch in several different colors. You can pick it up or we can deliver it for you. Wholesale pricing to the public for a limited time, $15 to $35 per cubic yard. For any questions or free estimate, call 280-0453. 280-0453.
Hey there, I'm Bill Shirk, the man about the word.
And I'm Laura Shera. Join us on Minnesota Bound for outdoor stories and more.
On KTTC TV in Rochester.
When the time comes to remodel your bathroom, I hear the question all the time, where do I start? Well, at Luxury Bathroom Modeling, we have a process that makes it easy. Whether the project is large or small, we can do it all. Your local bathroom remodeling specialist, Luxury Bathroom Modeling. It's what we do.
Welcome back. We continue to track storm damage in the Rochester area and beyond, and we have team coverage here this afternoon. Let's check back in with our Darian Letty.
Darian, tell us where you're at.
Yeah, Nick and Cammie, I'm here on 24th Street and 28th and a half Avenue, just a few blocks from where I was, where this tree completely torn down, as you can see, nearly ripped out of the ground. You can see its root system exposed here. I'm joined here with Austin Swisher, who is a resident in the townhome right here. Austin, what happened?
Yeah, about 1:30 or so when the storm came through, we just heard this big crunching noise, and we didn't hear a lightning bolt. We thought after seeing it was maybe lightning, but it was this huge crunching noise, and it looks like it ripped the tree right out of the ground. We couldn't believe it. It kind of first split to the one side and then split the other side, kind of fell off, and it was crazy. We were like, whoa! It was just insane.
Yeah, I mean, the tree, it's completely blocking the road, but you said you and your family are safe. So, okay. And that's the most important part.
Safe, and it didn't hurt the buildings or anything like that. So that's good news.
That is. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll be continuing our coverage on our 6 o'clock news. Cammie, back to you.
All right, Darian, always good to hear that firsthand viewpoint of what exactly happened.
Yeah. Okay, we will do one more check of weather right after this quick commercial break.
Mr. Secretary, when is this going to get better? You came into this job saying you were to fight crime. Have you been successful? Found a way to put that. Can you update us on the status of negotiations?
There's a lot to smile about in every Volkswagen. The 2021 Atlas and Tiguan come with over 40 standard features each, with available 4-motion all-wheel drive, a third row of seats, and America's best bumper-to-bumper limited warranty. Get yours at Rochester Volkswagen, where we have new safety measures throughout the sales and service departments, allowing you to test drive and buy remotely to minimize your interactions at the dealership. Lease a 2022 Tiguan S all-wheel drive for $319 per month. Smiles are the new handshake at Rochester Volkswagen.
Bakery-inspired breakfasts are a sweet deal, starting at just $7.99. Indulge in our new breakfast platters, inspired by all your bakery favorites. And don't forget to treat the family to a pie from our bakery, including our tangy lemon meringue pie. Save time and order online at PerkinsToGo.com.
Deutsch Furniture Gallery is saying thank you to all our customers with a customer appreciation sale. Save up to 50% off, plus 18 months interest-free financing on a huge selection of furniture in stock and ready to ship. Deutsch Furniture Gallery, voted Rochester's best furniture store.
Join us for the second annual Gift of Life Car Show, Saturday, August 6th at the International Event Center. Door prizes, food and vendors, $5 admission price. Visit giftoflife.org/car show for more information.
This volunteer spirit brought to you by Bob's Construction.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
I do solemnly swear to bear true faith and allegiance.
To help you when you are in need.
To be courageous and strong.
For better.
For worse. To be your loving, faithful friend, child, parent, neighbor.
Learn how you can help a veteran experiencing mental health challenges at MakeTheConnection.net.
Want one more reason to book it with Choice Hotels? Stay twice and earn a $50 gift card. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
All right, now we look ahead to what's to come tonight.
Yeah, so the rest of the night tonight, we do still have the threat for some showers and thunderstorms. This is mainly after sunset here tonight. Not too confident on how strong these storms will be. If we bump those temperatures back into the mid-70s, and maybe some stronger storms, some strong winds, some large hail will be possible. Tornado threat will be low, but I do think flash flooding could be a concern, especially south of I-90. We'll have more details and more storm coverage coming up on our next broadcast tonight at 6.
That's right. We'll be back in a half hour. Until then, have a good night.